It's official. There is a Marble Hornets Slender Man movie in the works.
Assassin's Creed 4 is a real thing, and it's named after a band.
And we've got a new character joining pretty much it. He's a cute little cartoon CG bird. There he is right now. Isn't he adorable, folks?
Mike, there's nothing there. The VFX team got fired. Today's the 1st of March, 2013.
Wow.
Hello.
You know what they say about the 1st of March?
Rabbit.
Yes.
Wasn't it just November?
No, it was just
No,
February.
Jake. Do you need a calendar?
No, my life is going way too fast.
Before we get into this week's news, we got some big news.
Oh, God.
I do want to just say a few things if you won't mind. If you
I
don't mind.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
If you shan't mind. First things first, as you can see, I'm wearing a Slender Man shirt, Slendy Crossing, but you've already seen this one. I have a new one that was supposed to launch next week, but because there is Slender Man news this week, I'm launching it a week early this week.
God
Here it
damn.
is. Check it out. It's so obvious. I don't know why I didn't think of it before and why it doesn't exist, but now it does, and you can buy it by clicking the link in the info, beobscure.com. There's probably even a discount code. Go check it out.
Is it actually showing up?
Yeah, there's an image, because I don't have it to wear right
Well,
now.
because of the VFX. I thought we were.
That's not VFX, that's just me. If you'd like to win a free shirt from beobscure.com, including this or the new Slender Man shirt design,
What a steal.
you can click the link in the info that says giveaway, and you'll be entered to win. It's that easy. Now, I want to make sure it's clear, though. You can win a free shirt or a refund on a shirt you've already bought. So if you want to buy the Slender Man shirt, regardless, you can still enter and you'll get a refund on that shirt. Just saying. Also, linked down in the info are this week's videos, reviews, whatnot. First things first, you gotta check out the Slender video of me finally facing my fears and beating it. My gosh. I
proud
did it.
of you.
I did it. It's not that difficult, so don't get too excited. Also, we did a recap of the 2013 Academy Awards. You can check that by clicking the link in the info as well.
You can see our opinions and stuff.
And we had reviews of Crisis 3, Jack the Giant Slayer, 21 and Over, and The Last Exorcism Part 2.
You had to see all those movies? I'm so sorry.
And one other thing, we are trying something a little different this week.
Ooh,
You guys let us know what you think. It's going to be at the end when we talk trailers. You'll see what it is.
Oh no,
Yikes.
I'm so nervous.
Yikes.
Change is bad.
But now let's bring up the famous Choose Your News feature along the bottom of the screen. Of course, you can click right over there. You can click to the movies or video games section right now, and then you can click to a different topic, or you can watch the whole thing. What are you guys doing?
Harnessing our power.
Okay, can we start? Can we start talking about the news?
You're dead.
What did you do?
There was no effect, though.
Oh.
So the first bit of news is about The Amazing Spider-Man, because this is blowing up. So much stuff
take
happened
it.
this
The
week.
whole internet is like about to collapse.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
Now, I gotta say, I feel like it is 2010 again.
Yeah.
Because
Is that
I'm
a song?
so excited about The Amazing Spider-Man.
Stop this.
This is me crawling up a wall, I think.
Oh, is that what that
I
is?
guess I just realized it at the end of it. But, I'm
Don't-
really excited now.
Don't get your hopes up too high.
I know.
Remember what
right?
happened last time?
Let's break it down a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
First off, we got an official look, and this is great. They gave an official look at the costume because they knew that there would be paparazzi shots of the costume. What did they do last time wrong? The opposite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paparazzi shots of the costume first, and people were like,
We were like,
what?
"It's so ugly."
Yeah.
And then they released an official picture
Like way later.
backwards.
Yeah.
Now they did it the right way. Good for them.
They learned.
Holy
It's
shit,
awesome.
the eyes are huger than
I
I
like
even
it.
thought.
I like it a lot.
They're enormous.
It's definitely a lot better than the first one, I'd say.
I mean, at least the eyes. Did you see
Yeah.
the side-by-side I put together? My
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
But here's the interesting thing, though. The costume itself looks very much like the Raimi costume.
yeah, it looks exactly
to the point
like
where
that,
I thought
yeah.
it was a fake at first. When I looked at it, I was like, is this real or Photoshopped?
It's literally the same exact thing.
But I did see it. If you
Okay
see the
with it.
set photos, it has a lot more blue. Like
Yeah.
the Amazing Spider-Man version.
And he's
Yeah.
got like the belt thing.
Oh, does he have the
Yeah.
belt? I didn't
Yeah.
see it. Oh, wow, okay. But basically, my focus here is let's just focus on the head
This-
with the
this
eyes.
much? Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's
I think
great.
it's the most perfect Spider-Man
I
costume
love that
ever.
image.
Yeah,
I
it
love
looks-
everything.
Yeah, the eyes are they're definitely better than I think the Rami one because the Rami one, yeah,
because even that didn't get it exactly right. These
Yeah.
are huge.
it looks like comic book eyes.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? Would you say that this costume is literally, I would say this is the first thing we've seen in a long time that's the opposite of Dark and Gritty. This just
Yes,
went
it
to
looks-
almost back to Goofville.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Goofville.
But not goofy. I don't think it's goofy looking, but it looks like a
I want to
comic
go
book.
to Goofville.
It finally looks like not just a guy in a like. It looks like it fits right. It looks like Spider-Man.
We also got some images of Mary Jane, played by Shailene Woodley. And I just want to say that the first images that came out, apparently, and it looked it, she was on her way to makeup. It looked like she rolled out of bed.
Yeah,
she looked like a human.
Okay. 'Cause I was like, what?
So
Who is
yeah,
this?
and she looked very, honestly, it just looked very plain considering what Mary Jane is. Like, she's kind of like this...
Super hot.
Well, I don't want to say that, but she's just very like... Boom! Like, she walks in a room and everyone goes
Super-
quiet. you know?
Everybody's
hot.
pants are ruined.
Now, like I said, I thought Shailene Woodley's a great choice. I love Shailene Woodley as an actress, and I think she's a very beautiful girl.
I thought you loved me.
We'll talk about it later. But I don't think we've seen really a good enough picture to judge it yet.
Oh, those are just paparazzi
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
And,
The ones where she is actually working on the set and
got a
acting.
motorcycle,
Yeah,
right?
with the motorcycle, she looks better, but it's not a very good shot.
No.
So we'll wait and see on that. And the last bit of news about The Amazing Spider-Man this week is Chris Cooper has officially joined the cast as Norman Osborn.
Now, like, I think that's good because I think it's hilarious.
Why?
Because, I mean, like, I think Chris Cooper is great, but the only thing I'm going to think of when I see him as Norman Osborn is him going, maniacal laugh.
What's that from?
From the Muppets.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
yeah.
Maniacal
Oh, my
laugh.
God.
Oh,
That
see,
was
I'm going to
great.
think of the very first thing I ever saw him in, October Sky.
And he was a dick.
I love Chris Cooper.
Yeah.
I think that this is like... What's weird about these movies is they've got amazing actors.
Uh-huh.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah, even though...
Andrew Garfield. Shailene Woodley. I think she was nominated or something at one... No, she wasn't nominated, but she was in Descendants. She was amazing. Now
Paul
Chris
Giamatti,
Cooper.
yeah.
Paul Giamatti.
Even they had Reese Ifans.
Jeez.
Even though I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 1 at all, I thought all the acting was great.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this has just got even bigger than I could even imagine. So really, it just... I don't know what to think at this point. Because
Yeah,
we were excited the first time around, and we were let down. But you know what? It was more for reasons that were beyond the control of the movie, if you remember that.
Yeah.
This is a whole new story, technically. It's not going to be the origin again. And maybe Sony will loosen the reins because the first one did well. I don't know.
I'm excited.
I'm excited again. I'm back, baby!
I don't know.
We've done a lot of talking about Spider-Man in the past few weeks. That's why it wasn't a headline story. But let's move on to another superhero,
Oh,
Iron
boy.
Man.
I'm just
Three.
as hyped. Just as hyped.
I'm pretty
Three
hyped about Iron
Iron
Man 3 as well.
Mans.
Now, we got a couple of things this week. One is we got this cool look at the Mandarin.
Looking like a G.
Pretty cool.
you
Yeah,
get the
there's a
glasses,
poster.
yeah.
He's like,
It just looks, I mean...
He's pimping'.
It looks different. I like it. I'm into it. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But I would say the bigger thing is we got... And there were other character posters released and stuff. If you're pumped for Gwyneth Paltrow, go check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was a poster released with multiple Iron Men flying around behind him.
Some guy zoomed in on it, and if you look closely, all the Iron Men in the background are very
really
different looking Iron Men.
Yeah.
They're like drastically different.
But not just different from each other, different like in general, like
there's-
really different.
There's a viney steampunk Iron
yeah,
Man. and like
Atlantis Man is what I call him.
Yeah.
Looks
there's
like
a
he
bigger
came
one
from the
with
sea.
the big. There's the big one with the big, there's like
Armor plate thing?
Like a
Yeah,
thing.
with the concept art. It wasn't in the poster, but the concept art that was released with all this stuff confirms that the Hulkbuster armor is going to show up in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think the Hulk is going to show up himself, but
Even if
like
it's
I
just
hope Mark
there.
Ruffalo does though, because they clearly have a thing going on.
you know, you got a
Stark
thing.
and
like a
like a gay
Yeah.
thing. It's just a suit Iron Man builds, so just in case they got to put the smackdown on the Hulk.
yeah,
you can-
I think it looked cool too.
Yeah, it
concept
looks
art.
It's like a big Iron Man gorilla thing.
I'm excited for Iron Man 3.
so
Yeah,
excited.
should be
These
good.
So far,
posters,
so good. We
everything.
haven't hit any negative news yet.
Not yet.
Let's see
but-
what's around the corner. The next thing is about Fantastic Four.
Oh boy.
Let me quickly catch you up to speed in case you forgot, because it's been a while since we talked about the Fantastic Four. Fox gave back the rights to Daredevil to keep the rights to Fantastic Four for longer.
Interesting.
The last we heard, Josh Trank was directing it, and we haven't really heard much since, but the new news this week is that Matthew Vaughn has signed on to produce it, which means that he'll be overseeing it, but
yeah, well,
he's
there's-
not going to actually be directing it or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, is he executively producing?
I believe
it?
he's producing it in the sense that he will have his hands in the pot a little bit. Bless you, boy.
pot a little bit. Go from the top.
So that is a little bit promising, because Matthew Vaughn has been great as of late, so that's cool.
Not Josh Trank. No.
Depends on who you ask, I guess. A lot of people like Chronicle.
I did.
Anyway, the next bit of news is the downer, the first downer that we've got.
Oh no! Everything was so good. Don't ruin this for me.
Someone came in to polish the script.
Ah.
Do you want to know who it is?
Who?
Seth Graham-Smith.
Who is Seth Graham?
His most recent scripts were Dark Shadows and Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Wow. Well, this movie's already
See
done.
ya, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I didn't care for either of those movies, really, especially not as far as the script goes. But,
I was smart enough not to even watch them. Yeah.
I don't really know why he'd be chosen, but he keeps getting chosen for things, so I don't know. Like I said, apparently he just did a polish, so I don't really know what that means. But I guess we'll have to see. I don't specifically have high hopes for Fantastic Four as of right now. This hasn't really brought it up or down for me, so...
Can you polish a turd?
But let's pick it up with some good news.
Oh boy,
another superhero, Man of Steel.
Superman.
Supes.
Iron Man, Man of Steel. This is throwing me off.
Too many men.
Who is who?
Normally, you don't have a problem with that, right?
All right,
but
enough.
as you know, Man of Steel is coming out this summer, I guess, right? In the summer sometime. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, in the past I've said like the trailers didn't grip me. That doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to it. It's just the trailers didn't make me go, wow, I gotta see this.
Right, it's a little bit, somber, solemn.
I still want to see it though.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Those trailers are apparently nothing like the movie itself. Because, now, of course, the people that we're taking these quotes from are, I believe, the people that produced the movie for the most part and their families. So it's kind of hard. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. But in the past, we've heard about them hating a movie. So, I guess the people that have been involved with the movie have seen the movie now. I don't know if anybody outside has seen the movie yet, but there have been screenings of it. And the reaction is unbelievably positive. People said best movie of the year, which is just silly.
That's a little silly.
But the main thing I take away from this are the details that aren't necessarily about it being good. They say it's very different than the trailers. It's action-packed. Superman kicking ass in his costume. Apparently, the cape is like CG most of the time, which is interesting. And I didn't notice it in the trailer, I guess. It didn't look bad to me.
Like Spawn?
Basically, it's just that it's a big action movie, and it's a fun action movie, and apparently it's a blast.
Sounds like everything Superman should have been for like the past 2 decades.
That's funny,
Right.
because that's not what I want it to be like.
Really?
Well,
what
they
did you
said
want
it's
it to?
got a Nolan story.
That's what
to
I
it.
just wanted, like a
yeah, it's got the
Nolanized.
story of like a Nolan type of thing. Because didn't they write it, or did he just produce it?
I think they
his
produced
brother-
it.
I don't remember, but basically, it's like that kind of story, but mixed with an action-packed big movie. It's not a
Okay.
somber movie.
Okay.
This is what Superman needed for a long time
Yeah.
because that latest Superman movie
Returns.
that
Yeah.
was so bad.
Boring.
It was so bad.
I think that's the
boring.
general consensus, right?
Me and my family went to go see that. And when we walked out like of the theater, we all kind of had that. Oh, that was kind of good. No, it was terrible.
All right, it wasn't that bad.
We got in
Well,
the car and it was like, okay,
how much did we spend? Everything we just talked about involves a major element. They
Ooh.
all share the same thing.
What's that?
Visual effects.
Oh,
CG, right?
those it's effects that make stuff look good.
Correct. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this. Actually, I know you've heard about this.
Thank you, Eric.
I don't know if you've heard about this,
The
but
audience.
VFX houses are in trouble. Basically, we're going to focus here on Rhythm and Hues, because this is the studio that's kind of like at the front of this whole thing.
They did Life of Pi.
They did Life of Pi, which just won Best Visual Effects, Best Director, Best Cinematography, a bunch of stuff that really has to do with, it's not the script, it's the movie itself, like what went into putting it together. And a lot of VFX houses are in trouble, especially Rhythm and Hues, because apparently, according to what I've read, I don't know all the details 100% exactly, so forgive me if I'm a little bit wrong here.
I won't forgive you.
Okay. They are not getting paid what they should be. They're taking jobs for cheaper because that's all they can get. Because they're like, I think it's being outsourced in some cases to different, smaller, crappier studios, whatever, because it's cheaper. So they kind of have to take down, their pay, I guess, in order to actually get pay in general, which is a tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast. And Rhythm and Hues, who did Life of Pi, they just had to lay off, I think, 200 people or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because they're basically going out of business, I think, at this point.
Well, the most ridiculous thing here is that without visual effects, Life of Pi would be nothing.
Wouldn't be anything. And every movie we've talked about so far would be nothing. You can look into that more because, like I said, I don't know everything about it. So I
Search it up
recommend
on the
you do
Google.
it yourself.
Google.
What I want to talk about is, could you even imagine a strike? A VFX strike?
That would be incredibly
Crippling.
interesting. It would be like the writer's strike, but like worse.
10
Yeah.
times worse because the writer's strike just made a bunch of movies with crappy scripts.
Yeah.
But they can't make the movies without the
We'd
visual
have no
effects.
movies.
they'd
for like
have
2
to
years.
they'd have to do something crazy and actually use real effects.
Now that's where the weird thing
Yeah.
comes in here, because ironically, when you think of a VFX strike, you and I, and maybe even you, were probably like, cool.
I mean,
We're against, we prefer practical stuff, but I don't like people losing their jobs.
no, yeah, that's terrible for them.
Yeah, so it's just a whole lot of awkward stuff going on. Weird stuff. I don't know if losing your job is awkward.
Man, that's really weird.
How
I
awkward
lost
is
my
that?
job.
But definitely look
That's
into
so
it.
awkward.
It's something very interesting. And if you see any green avatars like on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr, now you know why.
Oh.
Let's take a complete 180 from the big visual effects laden Hollywood movie spectacles
Okay.
to independent horror on the interweb, Marble Hornets. Now, for those that don't know Marble Hornets, we've talked about it many times. We are huge fans of this Slender Man series, of course, based on the Slender Man myth. The game Slender is kind of based on Slender Man and Marble
Yeah.
Hornets, so it's all kind of in the same universe. Like I said, this is independent internet horror short series,
Yeah.
web series, whatever you want to call it. And it is, no big visual effects and stuff like that. It's all done on like a $0 budget.
Uh-huh.
And it's awesome. It's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gotten a little bit out of control as of late.
It's getting a little
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
trailing a bit,
Yeah.
but it's still cool, and I still appreciate it completely. I love what
Oh
they're
yeah,
doing.
the earlier episodes they're great.
Yeah, and not to say the current ones aren't, but it's different than it was. It's kind of hard to keep track of at this point. It's all over the place, which is cool,
Yeah,
but a little difficult.
They did a lot of really creative things, like they made like a separate channel to Marble Hornets, like
To the Ark.
like this To the Ark thing, where it'd be like this unknown
Entities
like
watching and sharing videos
like
and
he would-
filming them.
Yeah, like he'd upload a video with a whole bunch of
Oh,
codes,
wow.
and
Yeah.
like people like you get to be a part of the story and like decode.
Also on
Yeah,
Twitter
that's
and
fun.
stuff, there's Twitters, and
Yeah.
it's just really cool. The big news this week is that Marble Hornets is officially being adapted into a movie.
Now, I think for this movie to be any kind of success, it needs to be extremely unconventional. It
Yes.
needs to be like, it can't just be like a movie,
No.
like the normal.
But it
plot
also
and-
can't just be found footage.
No,
'Cause
it
then
can't be
just
that
watch
either.
Marble Hornets.
Yeah, they gotta do something really clever here. Now, don't get confused. A couple weeks ago, or maybe just a week ago, somebody on the internet made like an hour and 30-minute long Slender Man movie.
Yeah, and it was a Kickstarter thing. That was a
Yeah.
whole other thing. And you know what's the beauty of Slender Man is that you can make whatever you want with him because he is not a copyrighted figure.
Yeah.
So people just make their own movies all the time, which is why it's weird. Because what's the point? If anybody can do it, it's like, what's the point of making a big movie, I guess? Because I
Yeah.
feel like the logic in that is that you own the property. It's the only way to see it. It's like, if I want to see Slender Man, there's a million ways I can see
Yeah,
Slender Man.
there are after Marble Hornets came out, their YouTube channel, there were tons and tons of like other YouTube
You
channels.
type it in, it's just.
Yeah.
No, there's a bunch of other series and stuff that I don't watch and I'm not familiar
Yeah,
with.
they're not good. None of them are really.
I don't
I haven't
follow it,
seen
so I don't
many
know.
good ones. No, I haven't.
But here are a couple interesting things about this Marble Hornets movie, and I'm not knocking it by saying
Yeah.
like you don't need to make it. It is being produced by a studio that usually does comedy movies. It's their first foray into anything other than comedy,
Oh, Jesus.
which is kind of interesting. Could be good though. Could be good because I feel like comedy and horror. I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like it kind of taps into the same part of the brain, like this sort of very aware of things part of the brain. So it's very possible that it could be an interesting twist on it. I don't know, but the guys behind Marble Hornets, they actually came out and they made sure people were aware. They are not going to stop Marble Hornets, which is great. They're going to keep going. It doesn't change anything they're doing. They can't say much about their involvement, but they will be involved.
That's good.
So I don't know
Yeah.
if they're like in it somehow or what. They say it's not related to their Marble Hornets storyline. It's different. It's just another Slender Man story, which is cool. And the main important thing is that they will not be trying to copyright Slender Man or anything like that. So Slender Man will still exist as a free-to-use thing, which is
Okay.
awesome. That's the most important thing. So really, this movie could be good, could be bad, but it doesn't affect anybody who loves Slender Man, which is great.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So I'm really happy for them that they're going on to big things here. They've got Slender the Arrival they worked on. They've got a movie they're working on now. Awesome. Totally well-deserved. They came from nothing and went to something, and it's just awesome.
That is pretty cool.
If you have not seen Marble Hornets, check them out. And we have a few other quick stories as far as movie news goes. Two are for casting. First off, we got some news about Anchorman 2. Guess who joined the cast?
Tell me now.
John C. Reilly.
That's great.
Perfect.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, we found out that this movie is going to take place in New York City, apparently, not in San Diego.
Cool.
So that's interesting, and that also means we might be able to go and check them out while they're filming.
Cool.
Because they'll be shooting in New York.
Oh boy.
And the other bit of casting news was a big story like a week ago. We just missed it pretty much, I think, for last week's episode. Megan Fox has officially joined the cast of Ninja Turtles as April O'Neil. And if you know Ninja Turtles, she's like the main girl.
Now, a lot of people were really mad about this, but I don't. Are you okay, Jake?
Uh-oh.
Not happy.
Oh,
See why? It's like I like Ninja Turtles when I was a kid, but like this news does not faze me at all. I mean, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, were you looking forward to this movie already?
No.
Yeah, I was.
What?
Really? Michael
Yeah.
Bay's Ninja Turtles
Well,
from alien space?
I feel
world?
like I was one of the only people that read this script and found like some
Wait,
decent
the
aspects
original
to it.
or
the script that came
one
out
that
that
was-
everyone hated.
so the one that was scrapped?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
But it's
And
scrapped.
It's scrapped, but aren't they still kind of?
I have no idea.
I
Well,
have no
according to
idea,
Michael
Jake.
Bay, no, but he could be lying.
We'll see, Mikey.
But anyway, so
But
Megan Fox.
uh,
The only other news about this, though, is that it is now pushed from like May to June 2014. Big whoop.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I
about
just
this.
April is an important character, and she can't just be the throwaway hot girl who can't really act very
But
well.
it's like all those things you're saying are like really ridiculous.
Doesn't matter.
You're thinking so much more than they are.
because of turtles and
Yeah,
ninjas.
exactly.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. You're saying, oh, she's such an important character. It's a movie about turtles who eat pizza and they fight ninjas. It's
yeah.
it's not a lot of integrity.
Actually, now that you say it like that, Michael Bay is perfect for this, I think.
Yeah.
And now, before we talk about video games, we're going to take a commercial break, and you'll understand why in due time.
Oh no, change.
Welcome back to Pretty Much It. Now we're going to talk about video games. Once again, the reason the commercial break was there, rather than after video games and before trailers, will make sense in a few minutes. Now let's talk video games.
Let's get some housekeeping out of the way for video game news.
Okay.
Let's get the deets out of the way. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, the HD version, is
Okay.
coming out for PS3 in North America.
And that's just like an HD re-release of the first game.
Yeah, of the first game, and
Why
it's
is it
got stuff from the
1.5?
3DS, and
Oh,
it's because
mix.
Japan.
Now,
Gotcha.
were you a fan of Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, I am.
He said, now keep in mind, you said were you, and he said he is currently.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not as up on it as I should be, but I played 1 and 2.
As I should be.
I tried to because I like the idea, like Disney characters and juxtaposed with like action.
Yeah. It's kinda cool.
It was cool, but
I never
like,
played it, but
I
it's cool.
played the first one and I gave up halfway through because like the main characters, the human characters, they're so boring.
Two Final Fantasy.
They're
4.
they're like stock
Sora.
anime characters. They're like the stockiest stock of like Japanese anime.
Yeah, see, that's
Just,
the thing. I felt like
spiky haired.
by the second one, they started to like flesh them out a little bit.
Yeah,
but it was
terrible.
pretty lifeless in the beginning.
It was
yeah.
really bad.
Well, maybe now you can check it out with this.
I might. No, I won't.
The other one thing we talked about, Remember Me, that game we talked about that was in like cyberpunk France.
Oh, where
With
it's
the
like
dreams.
Yeah,
you
sort of.
you can like
Yes.
hack people's memories.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
What about
That's
it?
coming out June 7th.
Interesting.
So that's
Oh.
I like an interesting.
Very
game.
cute.
Yeah,
Very cute.
I'm gonna play it. Let's talk about a game that we all enjoyed. Well, you and I enjoyed very much.
Portal.
Walking
2?
Dead.
Oh.
The Walking Dead, the Telltale,
Yes,
fantastic game.
we're gonna be getting more of it.
Yes.
Obviously, they're making a season 2
Yeah.
type of thing, but we're also getting something before that.
Oh boy.
1.5.
Maybe Telltale Games said that there's something that they're gonna put out to hold us over until season 2.
That's
So-
good. Yeah, they just kind of came out of nowhere with that
Yeah,
because they did the Back to the Future and the Jurassic Park games.
which just
they weren't good. And I was actually not. I was expecting the Walking Dead game to be really bad. Based
Remember,
on
I was
yeah.
talking so much crap on it, saying, "Guys, it's gonna come out. It's gonna be really bad."
But it was one of the best.
Didn't it
games
win
of the
Game
year.
of the Year?
Yeah, it was really good.
So, trust in Jake.
hey.
So now we've got is it really a 1.5? I was joking around.
Well, it could
Like an
be
in-between?
I don't
Like
know.
an
I don't know
in-between.
what
or we don't know
yeah.
what it is.
Or like an add-on to the last episode, maybe for free or something. I don't know. I don't know what.
for free. Why do you say for free?
Well, maybe that's just
oh,
me
okay.
being
All right. Cool. I have
Yeah.
to get into this. I haven't played it yet. I really need to play it.
I
I'm
do
sure I'd
highly
love it.
recommend, and for those of you who haven't, just buy the retail
Yeah,
standalone
in a
disc
box,
and just not on Xbox because it's still really glitchy and they haven't patched it.
Really?
But yeah,
That's all I've
I
got.
played it on my
so-
Xbox and it was fine.
really.
Yeah.
You played it on the disc?
No. Oh, the disc.
The
is
disc,
glitchy.
the retail
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Ah, that's. You
You
okay?
look like a little chipmunk or something. Sorry. But the big thing this week we need to talk about is Assassin's Creed 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's announced, kind of. It leaked yesterday.
The whole game?
No, not the
Could you
whole
imagine the whole game just leaks?
Now, this,
Oh, no!
this isn't like what happened in between 2 and 3. Like, in between 2 and 3, there's a whole lot of, like, spin-off kind of games, right? This is officially the fourth
It's
one?
weird was the in-between games was just Assassin's Creed 2 word.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 another word. This is now Assassin's Creed 4, the next one.
So they're
Yet it has a
jumping-
word. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
So it's about pirates.
Yes, it is. And
Cool.
everyone's speculating about the when is it going to be? Where is it going to be? But I have seen some of the pre-order stuff that leaked, and it looks like it's going to take place 1715, which is weird because it's going back from Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, it's going
They're
backwards.
backtracking. Yeah,
Interesting,
1715 was when like the pirates were that was when like Blackbeard was around and stuff like that. And apparently with this little map that comes on the back of the pre-order bonus, it takes place in like the Bahamas, the Caribbean islands.
Now, after playing it, you were not a big fan of Assassin's Creed 3, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of people, kind of, after they played it for a little bit, they were like, this is not good.
It wasn't like worst game of all time, but it was just a little like, nothing really to it, you know? And the story didn't really go in too many exciting ways.
So what are you thinking for 4?
I am just like, oh god, another one. Like,
okay.
Everyone's really like, another one. I think they should like take time off and like
it's
double
very
back,
quick.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about it, but like, didn't the Assassin's Creed 3 come out like
a year ago?
A year, not even a year ago.
Yeah.
Was it even a year ago? I don't know. That's pretty soon.
Yeah. So I think they should take time. You know, I'm almost like everyone's really getting sick of the sequels, but I'm hopeful. You know,
that's all you can be.
I'm always positive.
Does it have anything to do with the band? Let's just get that out of the way.
No.
Okay.
I said that though, because it's like Black Flag. It's funny.
It's a joke. It's
It's a punk
I don't
band.
know what that is.
It's a punk rock band.
Are you okay?
Now, normally this is where we would take a commercial break, and then we would come back and talk about the trailers. But we're trying something new.
Ooh.
And we want to know what you think. If you don't like this, we won't do it.
Type it.
But it's possible you'll like it better. I don't know. And it could be beneficial to everybody because it's just a different thing. And so we definitely want your feedback on it. But basically what we're going to do is the trailers, us discussing trailers, it's now separate from this. It's actually a playlist. Click the link in the info to check out this playlist. It's going to start with us setting up a trailer. Then it's going to show the trailer. You watch the whole trailer. It's going to come right back to us to talk about the trailer, set up another trailer, go to the trailer. So you just sit back, relax, and watch. You don't have to click. It could be awesome. It could suck. You let us know. But now, because we're not going to talk about trailers here, let's talk about the poll. Last week's poll question was, what PlayStation or Sony game would you like to see on the PlayStation 4? That's what I meant. And I don't know how you guys feel about the answers because I don't really know the games well enough to know if they're good or bad answers.
Pretty disappointing poll.
So let's go through. In third place, we have Crash Bandicoot with like 70-something votes.
Impossible.
Why is that impossible?
Activision owns the rights, so...
And they won't do it?
I mean, they could, but it won't be the same because it's not Sony in-house doing it.
Oh, it's a different studio got the rights.
Imagine that. Imagine it did launch with like a real new Crash game that was like Naughty Dog Crash.
That would be huge.
Yeah, it'd be incredible. Yeah.
Now, in second place, we have Uncharted 4 with like 122-something votes.
Cool. That's pretty cool. You know,
Is that expected, though? At some point? So it's not really like a wish list thing. It's a definite at some point. And in first place with a landslide, 264 votes.
This is crazy.
Is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow.
Now, if you don't remember,
Really?
guys, we were just talking about
That's
Kingdom Hearts.
why I talked about Kingdom Hearts this week, because apparently you guys really like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Really? It's like, really? Out of all the things.
All the things
that we could have got.
I mean, it's good.
I wouldn't even say that.
I'd rather a new Final Fantasy.
Or not even like Metal Gear or nothing? Like, you guys... Come
You
on.
okay?
No, I'm not okay.
You want to stop talking about this?
Yes.
You don't know anything. You haven't played Aliens Colonial Marines.
You talking to me?
You haven't seen shit.
I've watched the videos. I have seen shit.
So that was last week's poll question. This week's poll question is... first, I got to get something from you guys. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
What's your favorite food?
God, it's pizza too.
What?
What's my favorite food? Chicken tenders. What do you prefer, chicken tenders
Or pizza.
or pizza?
This is a tough one.
Let us know by clicking the link down in the info. I don't know if my favorite is really chicken tenders, but that's a good pizza versus chicken tenders.
Wait.
The age-old battle.
Nuggets or tenders? You're like...
Tenders. I'm going tenders on
Okay.
this. Let's keep it at tenders.
A little classier.
Because, tenders are a little bit classier, right. Click the link in the info to go to facebook.com/prettymuchit and let us know the age-old battle.
Pizza or chicken?
Pizza or tenders.
If you don't like both, you're not a human.
You know where we stand.
And that's it for this week's episode of Pretty Much It.
A lot of stuff.
Once again, please don't forget to let us know what you think about the whole trailer thing. Let us know if we should mess with it and try it again and maybe see if we can make it work in a different way, if you like it, or if we should just ditch it completely. Totally up to you. Let us know what you think. I really had a good time with you guys this week. I had fun.
Okay. What is this, like a date? I had a really
It's a
good
weekly
time.
web show that
I had
we
a good
do.
time with you guys.
I had
Shut
fun.
up.
Are you trying to say that you don't have a good time?
I'm trying to finally stand up for myself and tell you guys to shut up.
But we just said that we had a good time. We had
I had
fun.
a good time with you.
It doesn't matter all the times that you've had a good time at my expense. So shut up.
That's still a good time.
Shut up.
So you don't want
Can I say that's pretty much it, or do I have to shut up?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Whatever. Say it.
And that's pretty much it.
Shut up.